right. Last week was an options expiry week, not an options expiry week. It was a monthly expiry week. That means basically this is where all the rebalancing happens and those kind of things. So we saw a lot of fluctuation. We saw the market going up on Friday, but it closed very low. I mean, it closed a little bit, and some people think it was a little bit bearish, but it has not yet touched the bearish thing. But it just definitely went down. Basically, if you see on Friday, it formed a high, the SPY formed a high of 584.66, and then it closed at 578.88, right? 578. So that's what we saw the price action. So what do you think if the next 2 weeks is going to be like this? So as usual, if I look at this, there's a three-wave formation here, and it formed a golden ratio. What I'm expecting next 2 weeks, it's still bullish. Whether it is elections or not, the market has been extremely bullish and resilient. So what I'm seeing is the next stop is around 590. So that is where we are heading to, 590, 595 area for the SPY. So definitely in the next 2 weeks, it could get there. And it has not yet broken the EMA 821 cloud. So it is getting into the cloud, but it didn't get totally out of the cloud. So, and the Ichimoku cloud looks bullish with the green. So definitely I feel some, but it might take some time because it might take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days it fell. So it might take on Thursday and Friday, we might see a bigger move on the SPY for this week. Okay. On the Qs, Qs is looking very, very bullish compared to SPY because it is like closed above the EMA 21, but it has a solid resistance here at 501.52. It didn't touch there. It went up to 500 and it fell down to 494. So what is the next target for it? Could be this 507 area, 507.88. It breaks through this line and it gets here. So again, if this is another way to look at it is, if we go here, so it has gone to the 12.5%. So we could see somewhere around here, right? So this is the next target. But again, it fell for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It fell for 18 days and it has been going up. So usually I put around 3x, which is 54 days. So I don't know how long, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Somewhere around that. So definitely next 2 weeks are the critical. Again, we get the options expiry. So November 8th, by the time all the major earnings should be done. So definitely, but it has to cross this line first, which is 501.52 for the bigger move. Okay. So that's what it looks like. So definitely we are looking at 515, 516 area for SPY. So let's see how it gets there. And the next one is IWM. IWM has been like a little bit, I don't know what's going on with IWM. People are still not very confident about IWM with the high interest rates. And with the November 6th, with the economy doing so good, they don't expect much more interest rates cut, I believe. So that's why IWM actually went below the EMA 21 cloud and it's struggling here. So where could it go? If the next target is like here, but it has to cross this line and it has to grow here. So any good news about CPE? There's a CPE, I think, this week, consumer price, and also some job reports, those kind of things. So keep on the economic news, but definitely I'm trying to avoid IWM. IWM has been mixed. We played some time, but we lost on this. It's not very picky. It's like it's not able to make that move, right? So IWM, I would avoid it if possible, but if it breaks through this level, which is 220, 223, then it can get to 230, 230, 232. That's what it looks like. So the next one is, let's go into the Mag 7, which is the NVIDIA. NVIDIA is like forming a base here. Again, what I see is it is trying to form a three-wave formation. I feel NVIDIA will fall a little bit to 133 at least to the bottom of the EMA 821 cloud before it goes up. So based on NVIDIA run might little bit be stopped for this week. It could get to 133 or even to the mid of the Bollinger Band, which is 132.96. And then we have the baseline at 129.48. So these are your levels which you can look for. 129.48, if it crosses, which I don't think so. But this is the area that you want to look at first to get it going, right? And if it crosses that, we should see 127.93. So these Fibonacci's will tell you where it could get down to, NVIDIA. Then on the similar note, AMD has earnings this week. AMD is starting to look bullish. It formed a classic three-wave formation here. Basically, you see here, it formed a three-wave formation and formed a golden ratio, and it is rising up. What could be the next target? The next target could be around 172 area. But for that, it needs to close conviction above the EMA 821 cloud. And then we could see it going to 172 area. That's what it looks like. So that is about AMD. Then what is the next one? Let's look at Amazon. Amazon is another stock that is like been held down for a long time. So here it is like getting closer to the, it is above the EMA 821 first day, and it is reporting on Wednesday, I believe, if I'm correct. Yeah, 4 candles. So it's another 4 candles. So it's reporting on Thursday. So the next target could be 194, 198 area, unless it goes below this line, right? So which I doubt, because it came from here and it is trying to go up. So that's what I'm looking. So the next target could be this one, 194. If it crosses that, we could see 198. If it crosses that, we could see 201. So those are the levels for Amazon. And on the bottom level, this is the target. This green line could be the target, which is 186.71. It's very, very close to this thing. So your risk reward could be very good, basically, based on that. The next one is Microsoft. Microsoft made a good move, basically with this three-wave formation and all those things. The first target could be this one, 437. If it crosses that for the earnings, it could get down to the 450 area. So definitely it looks very, very bullish above the EMA 21 cloud and the first day above the Ichimoku. So Microsoft can make a move. Basically, it fell for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It fell for 15 days. So the first target could be definitely 437, folks, and it might retrace a little bit before it gets down here. But again, if it's an earnings day, it's an earnings week, so it could even directly go here to 450 if everything goes well for Microsoft. Then what is the next one? Google. Google is another good. Google also formed a three-wave formation here. The next target could be this top of the cloud, which is 170. So 170 could be the target for Google on top of the Ichimoku cloud. Definitely that is where, if it crosses that, it could go to 171, 173 area. So that is where I think it could go. But definitely the target is around 170 for the Google, the next target. Okay, the next one which I want to talk about is Apple. Apple is like getting bullish, but it's not yet bullish. It's not above the EMA 821. It closed at 231.41 and the EMA is around 232. The first target is around 235 and the next is around 237 and the next one is 239. So those are the levels that you want to. So definitely what I feel is it could get up to 240. So 240 could be the next stop for Apple. That's what I feel. But if it gets more than that, it could even get to 252, which is the golden ratio because it came to 62.5% retracement. So all these things are like looking bullish for me. But what I would suggest is go for Lotto calls. Don't play big for earnings. What I mean by Lotto calls are nothing but that you are willing to lose. So it could be your lunch money, like, you are buying one option or something depending on your account that you are willing to lose. That is what you should play for the earnings, because the earnings are always surprises. So don't play big onto the earnings. But there is a potential of making big money also. So if you are willing to lose, always remember, folks, trading is about how much you are willing to lose to make that money. Don't trade more than what you can lose, afford to lose. Okay. Again, that's just a statutory warning. Okay. So the next one which you want to talk about, if we talked about Apple, Microsoft, Google, is there anything? Oh, Tesla. Tesla is like, Tesla, beautiful move last week. I was not in this, but I'm glad a lot of people could make money on this. So happy for you guys. But it needs to go back to at least this level, 230 to the cloud, which is 239. At least if it's not going, I'm not buying it because it looks very, very expensive for me away from the Ichimoku cloud. So I want it to come to the 50% retracement at least, which is 239, and if it's not 232. So those are the levels I'm looking for Tesla before it gets there. So, but let's see what happens. It actually closed above this 268. which is a good sign. If it closes above here, then we are talking about the next level, which is 285. So we said going to, if the market is bullish, it could even definitely, actually it's a good risk reward here, folks. My bad. If it stays above this line, then we can get it to 285, this area, and then it could go retrace before that. That could be a good sign, right? But again, there's a lot of gap here. So I wanted to see if people are willing to push it so far ahead without filling this gap. That's what I'm looking at. Then the last one, but not the least, is Netflix. Netflix is like beautifully holding above this level. It moved, if you see here, it moved above this level and it went to 62.5. So what is the next target? The next target, it is Netflix is getting to 800, folks. 1.5% retracement, it could get there. But will it go in a straight line? Definitely, I wanted to come back to the CMA 821 cloud, close to this line. And this could be a very good risk reward if you can get it around 743, 745, that area. It's already reached there, but it didn't touch the EMA. So definitely it is going to touch here and it could move here. So if the market is bullish, more Netflix is going to move to the 806 area before it retraces back. Okay. So Netflix has been like a crazy moves. $800 stock, guys. So definitely crazy moves on Netflix. So all of them are like that. So definitely, where is the support? This is the support, folks. This is the line that you want it to not cross. If it crosses this one, then definitely there is a, if you see here, it formed a three-wave formation here. Let me show you what I mean by that. So, okay. This is the three-wave formation. So how much did it fall? So it went to 12.5. So we could see it going up to 736, folks. So 736, or if it goes further, it is 724, which I doubt, but it could go, it went up to 768. Yeah, 768.99. So it went to 25%. So if it gets all the way down, it could go to 720. If it doesn't, then it could go up to 736. Either 736 or 720 could be an area that you should be looking at, okay, from the three-wave formation, if it decides to go down a bit. So that's what it looks like, Netflix. So I'm going to keep a watch on it. I have an alert here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create an alert in this line to see if it can get to. So I'm giving it a lot of time. If it gets to this line, I'll be more excited to see what it can do, right? That kind of a thing. So we covered all the FANG stocks now. Let's go to BTC. Bitcoin has been like crazy. It's again breaking out here of this line, which is BTC. And where could it go? It could go to the next level, 71,656. If it holds this one, we are looking at a big one, which is 71,656 or 72K area and 73. So these are the levels which we are thinking of. So let's look at Ethereum too. Ethereum is another one, which is like going to go. So look at Ethereum. Sorry. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum is like going further. Ethereum is also going to 2,883 levels, folks. But for that, it needs to break this line first, which is 2,652. So it's trying to close above the Ichimoku cloud, but it's still not above the EMA 821, right? Which is around 2,540. So we want to see this breaking through this, and it also gets to this. So we might see a big move coming to 2,883. It could be this week. So for that, let's look at what is happening to MSTR. MSTR is like a solid breakout, guys. Look at this line. It's a solid 2-day breakout. So it wants to go further. So where could it go? The next stop for MSTR is 255, 260 area. 255 to 262 area is the next stop for the MSTR. So MSTR can go to 262. So if BTC moves, this is going to move big. So 262. And let's look at Coin. Coin has earnings coming up on October 30th, I believe, if I'm correct. So Coin is still hesitating here. It didn't cross this Ichimoku cloud, but it can definitely go over to 256 area. So this is the 75% retracement which we are talking about. So that is the area which I'm looking at, 256 area for coin. If the BTC moves to 71, we would also see these big moves going up. So I think coin could be a better bet for the earnings. But of course, MSTR is not MSTR earnings are done, right? If I'm correct. MSTR earnings is done.
That is also 30th.
Oh, both are on 30th. Okay. So coin and MSTR, keep a watch on it, folks. If the BTC is like staying bullish, then definitely this is going to happen. This is like, it all depends upon 2-day breakout above this Ichimoku, which is 209. So we need to close above this 209, and then we should see some kind of a move. Okay. So that done. Any questions, guys, so far on this? The next one thing we forgot was Meta. Meta is like a beautiful entry here. Meta is like setting up for a big Meta. What we are expecting, it is getting closer to our target. It came closer to 561.52. So if you look at it, it has beautifully formed. It has come to 61.5. It is almost hitting it hit the lower edge of the Bollinger Band. So now it can get down to, so if you look at this target, the first target could be 592.09, right? So now Meta is trying to go to this level, which is 592.54, which could be a good, and also they also have earnings on October 29. This week is a big, big earnings week, folks. So definitely Meta can get to 592 at least before it can retrace further. So definitely the first target is Meta. And Meta, if they give a phenomenal earnings, then we can see something going up, right? Look at this line, folks. This is at, did I draw this right? 544, 542. And this is 540. So I was checking for the highest low that is closer to this line. And this one can get to 672, folks. So definitely keep a watch on it. This may not be a good risk reward entry, but once it gets above this line, it may not be for the earnings, but definitely there's a potential for it to go to 673 area. So I just wanted to show that up for Meta.